most falls to curfew. Introducing from Denton, Texas, weighing 236 pounds, David Vann Erich. And from Madison, Wisconsin, weighing 234 pounds, Bobby Vann.
It's most falls to curfew as Bobby Vann opposes David Vann Erich. David Vann Erich, perhaps a future tag team partner for Gene Kiniski. That's something you have to mull over a little bit. Give that some thought. Bobby Vann forces David Vann Erich to the ropes. Clean break by Vann. Partially because Chuck Riley was yelling in Vann's ear. Partially because David Vann Erich had a fist poised. David with a wrist lock on Vann. Vann pulls the hair of David Vann Erich, and that upsets David. Maybe the key part of that whole session with Gene Kiniski, and I do say session because it was certainly all Gene Kiniski. He'll get off when he's good and ready, as he pointed out to us, and I hope Jim Winkle, our director, was listening. However, the thing that Kiniski said, he says, as long as they listen to me and follow my instructions to a T, I think the Vann Erichs are pretty much able to adapt on their own. They certainly had good training from their father, Fritz. But we shall see. It would certainly be a devastating combination with the rough tactics, the experience, the speed, and the good wrestling of Gene Kiniski pairing with the dynamic youth and explosiveness of David and Kevin Vann Erich. That could be an unbeatable combination, I'll guarantee you that. We shall see. David trying to bridge and lift his leg out of trouble. Gets a foot underneath the chin of Vann, and Vann is kicked away by David Vann Erich. Vann obviously trying to slow down Vann Erich by working on David's legs. Again, Vann goes for the leg of David Vann Erich. Promoter Sam Muchnick has his work cut out for him, doesn't he? Possibly trying to line up the tag team combination, the Vann Erich boys with Kiniski, trying to pin down Dick Murdoch so that Murdoch hopefully will risk the Missouri State title against Dory Funk Jr. He's already come up with one headline announcement, certainly Andre the Giant against King Kong Brody, plus a big 16-man Wrestle Royal. Of course, Andre has won the last two Wrestle Royals in St. Louis as you watch David Vann Erich take the leverage and the hold away from Bobby Vann. David Vann Erich with a body drop into the knee. David yanks that leg over. The crowd urges on David Vann Erich, who then ties up the toe. A toe hold leg lock combination by David Vann Erich. The match between Brody and Andre is obviously very critical, especially for Brody, who wants a crack at the World Heavyweight Championship. And he'd take a shot at the Missouri State title, too. He's no big admirer of Dick Murdoch, believe me. But more importantly, Brody has a key spot maybe in determining what could happen in that Wrestle Royal. Because obviously, in the Wrestle Royal, Andre's the man to beat. Anybody who weighs 475 pounds is the man to beat. You got to get him out if you're going to win. David Vann Erich getting on top of Bobby Vann. His temper getting a bit frayed, but David restrains himself and doesn't throw a punch at Bobby Vann, who is obviously getting underneath the skin of David Vann Erich. On that Wrestle Royal, if Brody can maybe do enough damage to Andre the Giant during their match, it might be a lot easier for someone or some combination of people, which is probably what it would take, to pitch Andre over the top rope during the Royal. So Brody can do himself a lot of good against Andre one-on-one, but also maybe softening Andre up for the Wrestle Royal later that evening.
Yeah, Brody's going to have to go out and campaign and get a couple of boys to help him out.
Brody doesn't think so. Not Brody doesn't think so. King Kong wants to do it himself. I'll tell you one thing for Andre the Giant. He better be ready for anything.
Well, that's what's interesting about a Wrestle Royal. You know, you get all those fellas in there, and if Mr. Brody decides to take Andre might have a couple of his boys on his side helping him out. So it's really interesting to watch that.
Partnerships tend to change in a Wrestle Royal. Each man's on his own, and the wrestler's eliminated by being thrown over the top rope. Sole survivor in the ring. The winner as Bobby Vann goes for a trip and catches a drop kick from David Vann Erich. Count of 1 at 2. Vann throws off Vann Erich. David twists the arm of Bobby Vann. That ring's going to be mighty small. Andre takes up plenty of room himself. We'll have to see who else is involved in that 16-man Wrestle Royal. You can be assured it's going to be an all-star lineup. Just look at the people already in the card with Andre, Brody, Dory Funk Jr., hopefully Dick Murdoch. Typical, normal for St. Louis. Look at today's program. Kevin Von Erich, King Kong Brody, Gene Kaniski, David Von Erich now against Bobby Vann. And Roger Kirby picked up a feather in his cap as he held Kevin Von Erich to a stalemate today. Although Kirby was caught in the stomach claw when the bell rang, he got a draw. That's how it goes down in the record books. Vann moves behind David Von Erich. David counters and comes up with an arm bar on Bobby Vann. You know, you should definitely come down and join us in person for Wrestling at the Chase. Be part of the excitement like we've had today. To get tickets, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Wrestling Tickets, KPLR TV, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108. That address again is Wrestling Tickets, KPLR TV, St. Louis, 63108.
5 minutes left, 5 minutes.
Remember, the self-addressed stamped envelope must be enclosed with sufficient postage or you will receive no tickets as Bobby Vann batters David Von Erich in the corner and then whips David across the ring into the buckles. Vann strangling David Von Erich. Chuck Riley angrily balls out Bobby Vann, and then David Von Erich kicks Vann and knocks him across the ring. David Von Erich after Bobby Vann, and David plants a foot against the throat of Vann. At the count of 4, David breaks it up. He was in one count of being disqualified and losing the first fall. That would have made Gene Kaniski happy. Using the rule book, not abusing it, using it, breaking just in time. David Von Erich whips Vann across the ring and into the buckles and almost over the top rope. We should mention on the attendance for Wrestling at the Chase, due to limited space here in the studio, attendance for the TV matches only is restricted to those 16 years of age or older. Of course, no age requirements for Wrestling at Kiel Auditorium. Also, seating for Wrestling at the Chase is first come, first served until capacity is reached. Send for those tickets now. Be part of all this excitement here in the KPLR TV studio. Be patient, too, because there are a lot of requests, and those requests will be filled as soon as possible. But it's going to take a little time, so be patient. Bobby Vann again strangling David Von Erich. David throws a punch at Vann. Vann wades in with a blow to the stomach, and now David grabs Vann right by the throat. Vann's eyes bugged out when David Von Erich grabbed him by the windpipe. Knee lift by David Von Erich spins Vann to the mat. Knee drop to the chest by David. David mounts the ropes. Knee drop again off the second rope by David Von Erich. Vann scores with a blow to the stomach. Elbow to the neck by Bobby Vann. Vann's giving David quite a battle. He slams David's head into the top turnbuckle. Von Erich again tossed to the corner. He managed to avoid the buckles, though. Vann again whips. Oh, and David reversed it. David reverses it. Throws Vann into the corner, then pounds away on Vann. Goes for the claw. Vann blocked it. Vann blocked the attempt at the iron claw by David Von Erich, but he didn't get away from that one. David with the iron claw on Bobby Vann. David grinding away with the claw. Vann close to the ropes. He may not realize how close he is, though.
2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
Vann manages to get his leg underneath the ropes, and that will force David Von Erich to break the iron claw. Or will it? David drags Vann to the center of the ring with the claw. He's still going to have to break the claw, though. Vann bound to be groggy now after the iron claw by David Von Erich, and the crowd wants to see the claw again. Drop kick by David. Vann coming up very slowly. David with another drop kick. Vann dazed. Von Erich with that jackknife rolls Vann into the cradle. Can he keep the arms away from the ropes? He's got the wrists. And Von Erich gets the pin with a jackknife and cradle. That's the first fall. We'll have to take a look at the clock and see if it's enough to end the match. Is there still time remaining? There will be some time for another fall, but Bobby Vann has it against him. He's down 1 fall to none. Here's Mick.
With time running out, the winner of the only fall and the match, David Von Erich.
In the excitement of the moment, Mickey inadvertently said that David Von Erich was the winner of the fall of the match with time running out, but it's not exactly the case because there's about a minute remaining, and Bobby Vann can still even this match at a fall apiece, but he's going to have to turn on the offense and turn it on quickly because David Von Erich has one fall, roughly a minute remaining. David goes for the leg and drops Bobby Vann. David with a body drop into the leg. Well, the best defense is a good offense. That's obviously the thought of David Von Erich as he quickly gets Vann on the mat and clamps on a step-over toe hold. Count of one on the shoulders of Bobby Vann as David tries to protect his lead of one fall. Vann trying to spread the legs of David Von Erich and throw him off balance a little bit. Look where his foot is against David's foot. But David's legs were so long, Vann couldn't do it. Helps to be 6'7", I'll guarantee you that. David really leaning into that toe hold now. Vann crying out as David pours on the pressure. Vann manages to kick David away. But David quickly on the attack again, drives the knee to the stomach of Bobby Vann. Vann fights back, and David stands up to the task. He'll take that challenge. That should make Gene Kiniski happy too. No wonder Kiniski wants to team with the Von Erich boys. There's the Iron Claw! The Iron Claw by David Von Erich. He had it just for a second. Vann's head managed to slip away. And David Von Erich puts on the claw again, but the match is officially over. And this time, the only fall within the curfew belongs to David Von Erich. David Von Erich has the win over Bobby Vann. Let's hear from Mickey.
The winner of the match, David Von Erich.
David Von Erich has a victory in his pocket, taking the only fall within the curfew from Bobby Vann. Be sure to join us again next weekend for more Wrestling at the Chase, late Saturday, Sunday morning, 11 a.m.